Welcome guys, 14th of June, almost a half of the month is gone already. This is what it is. Unfortunately, we need to carry on and see what's gonna be there in the next month, what's gonna bring us. So far, we did some sideways movements, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week. Unfortunately, I need to record this on the Saturday, just because Sunday is gonna be my day off, and I'm gonna be away, and I will freaking enjoy that. So let's have a look what we might see next week happening, or a little bit predict what's going on right now. So far, like I've been as well mentioned quite a lot, we are flip-flopping on long and short ratio. We've been for freaking 58 long until 66 in the shorts, and right now we are again middling. Every single weekend it's kind of the same, so it's not really necessary to look at it like in perspective, like what's going on today, but more like what we might see next week happening. So thing is, either way we are middling and we are kind of like overdue for a bounce. We still can have any movement to the downside, and there are a little reasons for it, what some people might oversee on the charts. Well, yeah, it is what it is. So far I'm still thinking that we're gonna do one more leg down, and from that's gonna be the last, I guess, one or the last leg up and to the highest, all-time highs, grab everything, and Bitcoin might be done for this year. But let's see how that's gonna play out so far. Looking at the liquidation side, it looks like that we might go even higher, just because we have that pocket what we still didn't even take out from previous week. We've been quite close to it. I seriously thought we're gonna do the move higher and grab all of the liquidity, but then we reversed and we took all of it nice juicy liquidity to the downside. What kind of as well been predicted that move might happen, and like I said, I like that move first to be taken, then the upside, just because we can go higher without even retracing from it. So I like that, but then we didn't go that low as I thought we're gonna go. There is still room to go lower, and like I was aiming for 101, 102, those areas I'm kind of aiming for a lower high and to go higher from it. I'm not sure we're gonna go lower. We might wicket maybe into the 100 area, but I don't want to see any breakdown of the structure right now yet. So the thing is, what I'm aiming still, February it's gonna be around this level, and 101 and 102 are the levels that I'm aiming, just because of this thick liquidity above us. And then we will go, and definitely all-time high will be in play to take it out, wick it out, or whatever, to get that over and see more of the upside from it. And this is well the reason why I'm aiming for it, just because we get into that liquidity, but we didn't go that deep, weirdly. And the gain of this move what we have over here, it's as well specific. I don't like those moves. People who know me and trade with me and are my students, they know that I don't like this move. I will go and talk about this a little bit later. And still, I think that 100 gonna keep us around the ish and to go higher, just like we did over here, technically. So that's what I'm aiming a little bit on it. And on the bid side, not much happening. We still have those two walls above it. They didn't pull it. They didn't kind of ish add to it yet. We didn't come close to it. So they still there. That's double walling, technically, what you can call it. And so far, like, just a little bit below us to grab, but still more appealing to go straight higher for the wall, right? So like I would say, I was saying, if you're gonna lose anything right now around 104.4, then definitely the lower price action will come more appealing, and 102 and 101 might be the one that's gonna be bouncing from it, just because that's the one of the biggest bids from the lower positions right now, what we have. So that's on the bids. Let me pull that on the side to keep an eye on it. And looking at VIX, we had a kind of turnaround. That was on Friday. Most of the times what we have on Friday is a little bit the trap of the market, the push of the last liquidity. and grab all of those long and shorts and trap them into the short through the weekend and let them have a painful weekend because of that move. And that's why I really don't like Fridays most of the times. But anyhow, from all of that push of the volatility to the downside, we kind of almost reached the 15 area and we start bouncing back. We kept quite heavily on that one. So any open on Monday is going to be really interesting on that, just because all of the shenanigans what's going on as well in the world that have a quite effect on the market, especially on the stocks, especially on the different kind of aspect market than only crypto. But yeah, if we're gonna see rising volatility over here and we really gonna go around 24, then we might see lower price action on crypto, definitely. Not that sad, just because we've been already like quite heavily in the red for a couple days straight, right? So we are a little bit like crypto is a little bit bleeding. Some of the different coins or stocks are a little bit heavier going on for a couple days. There is a reason, just because of the volatility what's taken out. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. Monday's gonna be really freaking interesting. I will cover that on Sunday, maybe night, if not Monday morning, just because I really interested in how this is gonna play out. That's gonna be really, really freaking interesting. So far, the bot sold off, but we've been quite heavily on the upside. Yeah, we had a down movement, and we technically, you can say, holding February, but I'm still aiming for lower. There are a little bit more reasons. We still can come back and retest the daily, right? We still can do this and then fail it, go lower and do this. This is kind of ish what I'm aiming for. And if not, then that's gonna be the one. Just because of this area, it's gonna hold you. That's the first of the new support that we create after all of this shenanigans what we did over here. So that's why I'm aiming for. And yeah, this is the first place what I'm looking for right now. Too long. I set up all of the bids already, not only on Bitcoin but on different coins as well. And that's what I'm aiming for. Just because the oscillators will go to 60, both of them. And then if we're gonna see the drop, then that's gonna be the area from there. That's gonna be interesting. Now, on the metrics positions, you see that the capital flow index, we are quite down. We flipped all of the money from the market went into the stable, so we are literally on the side right now. And any of those three start to pop above the midline, then the rest will follow. But that's not the sign right now. We are still on the side with the money inflow. Either way, we are ready to go higher. There is no reason to see market pumping, just because still we have a pressure to the downside. We took all of the liquidity of 150 50x's, the most important ones. There's some left, and they are still building to the downside instead of the upside. So they're a little bit facing to go lower, in my opinion. And if we're gonna see failure again of the point of control over here, then that 101, 102 might be in place. That's for sure. Maybe either way, wick to the lowest downside, but I would not like that. Maybe, I mean, it will still be fine if we're gonna do this, wick into it, come back close above. But then that wick, we're gonna retest every single thing what we did so far, and any movement from later on, from the highs to the downside, gonna help us slide lower and quicker, just because of that wick, if that's happened. If not, then that's fine. We're gonna build the structure higher, right? But so far, we are literally on the highest volume control point, and this is the flip. If you're gonna see the flip, then that's gonna be this, or either way this, right? And then continue or whatever. But that's the area right now we are sitting. So keep in mind today and tomorrow how that's gonna behave. If we're gonna grind lower or higher, then yeah, we might see any failures soon of this area. Just because we didn't go higher over here yesterday, we failed that, we broke the structure, we might retest it and then have another failure. So far, it looks like we might go even a little bit lower. Then next week, there is only the sales, monthly to monthly, and housing. Yeah, not that heavy on the on the numbers, but there might something pop up as well through the week. Let's see. And if not, then the news driven is gonna be the freaking war or what's going on in the world, like the fucking childish playing with missiles. All right. So far, so good on the metrics, and let's see. That's gonna be quite interesting right now when I'm gonna show you guys. The sub areas are a little bit baked into the downside, just like a pullback. If you see all of them exact the same areas moving to the downside, it's just a pullback. Nothing major, nothing scary, but still DEX and DeFi are quite heavy. Then NFTs are going quite heavy as well, strongly. The rest of it is exchange are holding in the middle line and AI a little bit lower. The rest is like a meme coins and leftovers, I guess, of subs contracts. Not much. But now it's coming interesting stuff. Since 29 of April, USDT went over 100%, right? And since the 10th of June, we see a little drop of it, still 90%. That means and suggests me that the small percentage already from USDT coming back into the market slowly, right? That bleed off comes into the market and that might push us a little bit higher as well. Still, it's nothing major, right? Because we had a bigger drops right over here. That was quite massive and quick. But still, that's an indication for me as well that there is some money coming into the market, right? I guess coming into the market because they can as well take it and be taken out as profit. That might be as well. You don't know that. But what I'm assuming, it might come into the market just because we are not that down on the market and it's holding us quite heavily. And like you see as well, hype, it's freaking stable and still going higher and higher. So that's great. Meme coins, Firecoins is picking up a little bit more. Ethereum is going a little bit higher. Bitcoin is a little bit stable as well around the mid area. So there is a reason to think that the, let's say, 1.5% is coming into the market of USDT, right? So if that's gonna stay and continue going down, then yeah, we're gonna have a nice pop. And I like that to see. And that might be as well the last one, who knows. So far, it plays quite heavy and well into the market when it came. So yeah, I like to keep track of that. Dixie, really good, 51% down. That's great. We are already on the minus 59. That's good. If you're gonna keep that, then the rest of the market might go a little bit higher from the next week. That's quite interesting as well to look at it. To add to that, dominance, we're still climbing higher. We didn't break anything yet to the downside. We didn't go lower even to 61, but we still aiming for 65.3, right? Let's see how that's gonna behave. I'm not treating this as a price action as normal chart, just because it's not really making sense. It's a calculation of percentage of all of the volatility of the market. So of the crypto. So for me, this is just like a interesting point of view how the coins will behave, right? So if you look at this, if you have the cheat code sheet in front of you, that's easier to remember that. So far on dominance, we're going higher, but Bitcoin's going lower, right? We went 1% lower, then alts will decrease quicker. And what do we do on alts? It clubs. It's accurate, right? It fits. So what do we need to do? What need to have? So what you're aiming for is to decrease of the dominance. I really want to go to Q2 first, right? Bitcoin is gonna fucking skyrocket, so that's gonna go to an all-time high, and the odds are gonna do fucking 10 times bigger than that movement. That's what you're aiming for. You want this. So far, we don't have this. So there is no reason to think that this will happen now, till this not gonna decrease, right? So one of those things need to play out for Bitcoin, right? And if not, then this is what you want for alts. Done. It is nothing else. That's why I want, if we start to do this on it, then I'm already happy. Then if we're gonna phase to Q2, then I'm happy, right? That's my first aim. So far, we don't have that yet. We're still climbing higher and doing higher highs and holding kind of visa structure on it. So keep in mind that. That's quite interesting. It plays quite long game, but it's fun to have a look on it. X, I mean, if Bitcoin's going down, then that's gonna go and skyrocket. That's another indicator that we might go a little bit lower. Why? Because PEX just did a higher high and aiming for the highest point what we reach so far. So that's as well, like for me, that we might retrace a little bit lower on Bitcoin, right? To see that PEX is going higher. That's great for me, just because I'm biased on that one as well. On the other hand, the Magnificent 7 Plus on my list is as well most of in the red. Only Tesla is in the green, ironically, but okay. It's still holding, so it's as well a significant point for me that market might have a little bit of interest to retrace. This happened just because of the news lately. I guess we had some red days on those ones, so I will not consider that's gonna be forever like that. And as well, to have in mind the CME gap. That's going to be interesting one. It's going to be a little bit small one because so far we closed Friday 1053, right? That was the close of the Friday, and we technically are lower than that. So now, since not that long ago, we didn't have CME gap above us, right? So if we continue go lower, then that CME gap gonna continue stay over here, right? Till we're gonna be somewhere over here maybe. That's gonna be as well an aim to go higher to close that if that's happened. So that's fine, I guess. Doesn't matter in which way it's settled the CME gap, but it's fine to see that as a point of interest of to go higher or lower through the next week, of course, on it. So if interesting, funny in I mean I don't want to make a jokes of it, but this had a really good run, right? The whole price action was perfect. We did a settle higher high, and that's really good for it. I literally didn't want to go that low on it, but if you aim for it and if you're gonna use the super fibs, then that should already retrace. We had that retrace already on this candle, and now we still continue going lower. If we start bleeding on that one and close anything up below 239, right, then I'm sorry to say for to you guys to break to you, but that part might happen. Technically, that would be even better. I know we don't want to see any lower price action on that one, but if the BART will play out, what happened with BARTs is that they got quite heavily picked up as well. If you're gonna have this, right, just because of the support what you created, that's your last leg to hold. And then from it, what you can have really good price action to go literally like this, if that happens. I really prefer to have this, get over it, to get the fair value gap out of the play, hit the Q2, hold the support, and carry on. I would like that much more than, to be honest with you, to go this. Because it's scared to leave all of this behind. Technically, just because you have quite a lot of liquidity as well below us, creating. What's on the daily? Yeah, that pocket over here, right? It's quite appealing right now just because we are quite close to it. We didn't settle quite heavily on liquidity on the higher side. So I will assume we might buy it if we're gonna start break anything, right? Just because we didn't yet settle higher low. Like, yeah, this is higher low, but we are curving around and we still failing literally the levels that we settled over here. As in the weekly is right now the level that we hold. If that keeps holding, that's fine, right? That's perfect. But if you break anything on weekly, then lower it is. Why? This week was really fucked up because we test everything over here. It's nothing gonna hold you. And that's why I don't like those double dips. I mean, I don't like. Yes, I like them just because they will go in the way that I want them to go to hit my targets. But they are scary because you did one leg to downside, you retrace halfly, and then you just carry on bleeding further to downside. Right? It's a little bit scammy. Also, it can get you off your tracks. And technically, on right now, what you're having on daily, you have the reversal. but plays out quite heavily as well and perfect. We have the negative money outflow, and the bots are starting to flip to the downside. So there is still a reason to bleed it out, right? And to create that Bart Simpson format or whatever, how you want to call it. And then still it's fine. There's nothing to worry about it, because if you're not going to lose this area you support, then higher it is. And that will play quite perfectly and better, in my opinion, to do that. I would like that instead of going straight higher. Yeah, that pickups as well quite nicely, so that's fine on the dominance. Cool. Oh, let's have a look on Trio. We had a pump up, but that's just a retest of the weekly. So great, 40% up when everything is down. So keep in mind, this is not that, guys. Don't get confused and don't get sad about it or something. This still can pop up, and like Smiler said, there is still so much possibility for it to switch the bots off on for them and skyrocket it however they want. Right? They just don't want to waste the money to keep the price action up. So it's not that yet. I'm gonna keep it over here, and let's go and see what Bitcoin is doing so far. Okay, so monthly looks quite. We still have quite a lot to do and go, right? 2.5 weeks kind of it. So there can be still possibility to go higher or lower or retest, right? So that's why I'm kind of aiming as well. Maybe if you're gonna retrace like heavily, then not gonna go that low, but 102, 101 should be the area to hold us, right? Just because of the previous monthly high as well. And where did I have a drawing? Okay. So that's the area what I kind of aim for it to hold us. Then the weekly, of course, we've been there, and that's gonna close as well tomorrow. And that one is only that one gives me a little bit creep to go lower. So far, if we're gonna close anything below right now 104, we're gonna have the reversal or a trend change on the next close on Sunday. So quite important to look out for it, right? It doesn't mean it need to play out straight just because we close the area, right? We still can go higher and then do the failure of it, right? That's all possible. We still can go both ways, like we already did over here, right? We went higher, now a little bit lower, or over here we went lower, but we closed the weekly quite perfectly on the line, literally bullish. So right, so this can still play out, go a little bit higher to grab the liquidity, and then we have a drop. As I've been mentioning as well on previous streams, oh my god, I'm kind of facing for this area that we are, that this area is somewhere over here, right? We're gonna do one more leg, so retest maybe this area, technically 9.8, then do one more bigger leg up, grab the rest leftovers, and that's gonna be the area that we might go to the 80 or 70 ones, bearish retest, and then we go for the bear market with the Bitcoin, not on alt. Don't get me wrong, it's just Bitcoin performance. Alts can pump us crazy over here when we're gonna dial in on Bitcoin, right? So don't get me wrong, but that's kind of it what I'm aiming on longer term on it. So far it's still fine, right? We still have some room to run. Weekly and monthly that plays quite heavily on the long term, and the daily we are still kind of ish all right, us in middle, or we can retrace a little bit and then go higher for the bearish retest of the whole previous swing what we created on it. So far, even like this, guys, don't forget, like, don't look only on the candles, because that can be deceiving. Because most of the people to me said Friday that this is bullish close. Yes, it is. So we should go higher. So we should expect to go straight like this. Of course, it doesn't need to be, because it doesn't play like that right now. Don't be deceiving on the candles, right? They can fuck around with a little bit longer and not as accurate as you think it's gonna play out. Right? We had that same movement over here. We went down for 2 days and then we popped it up. Why? Because we retest the lows. Most of the times, oh, look at this. That's what's even better. Look at that, where we went from a bullish perspective. Look at this, bullish perspective candle, right? Look where it took us, even lower. So candles pattern or candles formation are deceiving. Don't go by them. We always will retrace. We always will fill the wick or retest the area where we've been. If that area is gonna hold us, yes or not. So don't go only by that, right? Please. And for people who knows me and are my students or whatever, they will know that I never mention those candles formations or the close of it. I always mention the levels, how we hold them, how we close, and what do we retest. Okay, so that's on the daily. And that's why I'm aiming for a little bit lower, because we still have room to run. Or even RSI gives you a strength that we still can have chance to go a little bit lower, right? That's why I'm aiming for February again, because we didn't retest that quite good as I wanted. And either way, we still can wick to the 101 to retest the 4-hour swing area over here. That's what I'm aiming for. Sorry. So yeah, let's see if June's gonna hold us right now, and tomorrow maybe gonna go and create a new leg to the downside. So far, still so good, right? Technically, what we're doing, this U high, this is U low, this U lower high, right? So technically, this is good. We're still going lower. Still, we're gonna form any level of support. I hope for a higher low. If not, then lower low it's gonna be. But then you need to guys remember, we're gonna change the structure, right? So far we're going kind of sideways, but if we're gonna create a new lower high of a lower low from this area, the next push higher, either way we might wick higher, bounce back, close anything over here, that's done, right? If you see this pattern happening. So yeah, I don't want to see any lower low right now. But let's see how we're gonna create it, or how we're gonna close the area. Still, the blue line was the, oh my god, trading view. Blue line was the weekly close, highest weekly close, right? So that's why I'm kind of aiming 102. Go back, retest that area, hold that, and then carry on. Just because we have the bleed off, right? And if you're gonna start to do this, then yes, that's gonna be great. But that's on 4 hour, so we still have some 2-day kind of fish to run for it. If we're gonna come back right now, technically, then we still have the weekly and the daily to retest and fail from that. That's all possible. If you start to flip the daily, then this could be the bearish retest of the swing. Because we didn't do that. That wick didn't create that. We didn't come close even. That's as well. Any kind of retest, this and this, if you see, if you kind of see it in the market as well, that doesn't come close to the levels, it creates kind of a weakness into it. It's weird to explain that, but we didn't come fully to the level or to the price that we should retest. There was quite a lot of pressure over here, so we had that push back quite heavily and quicker, right? Same over here. So they are kind of protecting those levels. So what does that mean? And that's exactly the same what you're gonna say about resistance and support, right? This is the support, this is the resistance. So those two areas are heavily protected on liquidity. So that's why we retrace quite quicker before even reaching those areas. So any movement, second movement to it, that create a weakness, we might dip into it, right? And then we have the retrace both ways, either way. So just, I don't know, it's weird to explain me. It's when you see it, you will understand it more often, but that's how I get through my brain. Then any movement higher to all-time high above 110, right? That's kind of the area what I'm aiming to go and flip it, to go and do this. This is the next mine important area. That's what I'm aiming for. As the highest for now for the Bitcoin to go around this 1-2. sorry, 120. This is the kind of area that we might see maybe a reversal on it, right? And that's going to be the top of the market if we're going to go for the all-time high. If not, then 110 is going to be the top of the market. I really don't see us going even higher right now, just because the struggle what we're doing over here, what we did here as well, right? So imagine, can I, yeah, okay, let's switch everything off. The whole thing about the market and the weakness on it is same what we're doing right now over here, we did over here as well, right? That was the weakness, we failed that, and quite heavily we went to the downside. If that happened, we're gonna do the exact the same, right? If we're gonna struggle over here, go back, maybe to this lows or even the lowers, and then go again. And what do we do? The percentage between this high swing to the new swing was 8.9%. So let's say that's going to be the same over here. Where does it bring us? There you have it. We do not copy each other from the patterns or the trades. The charts or the trades, the market likes to rhyme quite often. That's why I'm aiming for one around this 120. It doesn't gonna be that perfect or exact. It can be a little bit higher on the wicks, but still, that's area I'm aiming for. Maybe the Bitcoin cycle turnaround, right? And what technically what did we do? It was one move. This is the second one, third one, and the last one. What bring us over here with the failure, right? Kind of is similar to this area, but I'm kind of aiming as well that we're gonna do exactly. Still, we are doing it technically as well, right? If you think about it, but bigger. That's what I'm aiming for, right? This leg over here, it's exactly the same what we did over here, right? This move here, kind of similar to this, right? This area over here, kind of similar to this, what we did. Right now, we are kind of ish doing this, right? That's why I said we are over here. If you're gonna do one more move, then this is it. And it's gonna be over here. So it's extended a little bit and hold this move. But yeah, it kind of is similar. And we do it because this move, right, is extending from all of this, what we did. And that's gonna happen only happening constantly, right? The move is gonna be bigger, longer, right, than what we did it over here. So that's my takeaway on the market as well. And I want to show you something as well, guys, just because I can, yeah, let's delete all of this. So just to give you perspective, I will never say something is bullish or bearish. There's a reason why. Because technically you shouldn't be allowed to say that Bitcoin is bearish at all. Either we're gonna go down. Why? Do you see from here any lower lows on this chart? Structure-wise. We never, in the lifetime cycle of Bitcoin, on a monthly chart, never settle a lower low. Technically, you can argue that this is lower low, but from your previous low, what we came, it's a low, higher low. We never settle it, or we never will. Why? Because this was the bear market, one of the first ones, right? This was the second one, bear market technically. So if this is the high of the bull market, we came close to that one, right? And this is the low before the bear market. So this been our bear market technically, what we've been into it, and this is gonna be around the 30 area. It's gonna be in our second one. Why? Again, Stu is right about it, and it fits. If and that only if we're gonna turn around over here, right? But still, either way, we're gonna go a little bit higher to 120. Where does it fit? Just I'm thinking what we're gonna do is this wick, come back, continue. Something similar to this. This is your bear market area. Lower than this, you're never gonna go. I don't I can bet my house on it. Lower than 13 or 15K Bitcoin, you're never gonna see it on the chart. And the next cycle is gonna be massive. So what we did over here and what we did over here, right? Think about it that we're gonna do over here. Freaking massively, right? It's gonna be bigger, bigger, and bigger and bigger. That makes sense. So that's the whole thing. Think about the Bitcoin monthly chart like a 5-minute. Weekly, daily, and differently, that looks totally off, and that's really different from it. But yeah, there you create a lower lows. On the monthly chart, even if you retrace, it's still a higher low. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. To be fair, to show you guys, I don't know if I can pull this off now. Just let me check if I can. That's gonna be possible, I guess. Yeah. Here, same situation. Like if you're gonna mark all of them, all of the situation, this is going even lower than that. You need to zoom in for it, right? But this is the whole historic Bitcoin chart. We never been lower in any kind of form or discovery of the price of the market of Bitcoin. We never go lower, and we're not gonna. Right? I already settled this, how deep we might retrace and where we're gonna accumulate, where we're gonna see the dump. Right? This was the dump. This is the accumulation, and we spiked. That's exact the same. Right? I can bet you that we're gonna do the exact the same. So yeah, and then you have the halving. Right? Same over here. Same over here. Bang on. So yeah, it's quite fun to do this. If you have time, if you want to do this, go and mark all of the market sentimentals in the Bitcoin and see how accurate they're gonna hit you. So it's always fun to have those. And let me have a look. 4 hours, please. Yes. So now we are failing kind of June. Oh, bro, go, man. Go and have fun. Don't mind me, man. You can rewatch it or whatever. Bro, just go and have fun. Thank you for being here, man. ALGO Master as well. On 4 hour, you see that the bands are a little bit going lower, so we went into them. Just keep stabling. I'm seriously thinking we're gonna keep around it February-ish if we're gonna find any structure to go lower. And to be watch out as well, we are forming order books as well above it. So if you're gonna be going a little bit higher, we might see any struggles with that. So that's one. Of course, the liquidity. But what I like to do and to watch more often is the bands on that one. Right now, technically what we are structurally doing is on 4 hour, most of the times we are going around the 150x's because 150x's kind of keep us in the market, also in the liquidity of it. Those are the most volatility movements what we create from it. So we got all of the 150x's to the downside, right? Right now we are technically going for the 20-ish and 10x's. So they are still valid, also in lower price action. Same what we did over here. We got the 150, we get the 20-ish, and we turn around. So the most like major liquidity we grab, we did that, right? If you're gonna do that same, you might see a turnaround. Right, so that's as well like what I'm aiming for. And now I have something fun as well to mention. It's nothing with the MDX indicator. It's something from back in the days. That one been mentioned to me lately just because of my friends and everything around it, because they've been watching it, and I put it on my chart, and technically it makes so much freaking sense as well. That's the cycle top indicator, right? take it with grain of salt, but I just want to show you something. If you put it on, right, it's just a simple MA, right? Technically, I don't care about it, but choose for God's sake. What did we do over here when we're trading below that line? We've been going lower, lower, lower. Here we find it kind of a gain of it, and look at that from the bottom of it. That's on 4 hour. Don't mind me. That's right. We've been trading constantly above it. We went lower, above it, lower again. If you're gonna go one more time above it and go lower, then we might see this, but then to the downside, right? If you start to turn around. But the funny thing is, which one was it? Was it the daily? Yes, the daily. That's the funny thing. Like the whole movement over here, what we had was above it. We went lower, right? We flipped that, and now we still have chance to go higher, and that's what keeps me as well to think we might go higher to 20 to grab that. Why? Because if we start to do the downside or whatever what you want to see, this kind of move, this might come close to it, and the area of 100, right, might be the area that we're gonna go one more time and then start to flip it, right, to see this kind of formation on the daily. So that's as well what I'm going by, and yeah, look for it a little bit more often. But 4 hour it's quite accurate on that one. So if we really start to struggle with it and we're not gonna regain that, then yeah, that might be the dawn, and we will go lower to around the area of the daily price action quicker, I guess, right, to the yearly open. What I've been mentioning as well, that this is your previous support, because it is. This is our support, right? So we still can go to the December. I've been mentioning that as well. Not even the February level, but if we lose that, I was mentioning we lose that, December it is, but somehow we find the support on that one. Fine, it can happen. But this area, this is the next biggest support, right? For the last maybe-ish run up to have it, and then that's done. You did this support, what you come back, because that's the second one, or the third one, biggest one, right? This area. And from here, what you're gonna do is only maybe coming into it, bearish retest, and then see you in CK or whatever, right? That's how I see how the market might build up for it. I can delete that. Okay. Doge. Yeah, I will. I will have a look on that one. Okay, so that's, I guess, enough on Bitcoin bullshit. And the most important thing is that we're gonna hold this when we're gonna retrace to it, right? So that's the most important to keep in mind. Yeah. Hype, same. I've been mentioning hype as well, that I'm quite heavy loaded in to it, and that's from this area till either way somewhere over here, I guess. Yeah. So if that starts to hit, same thing with hype. What I want to show you guys, same thing. That one wouldn't invert perfectly on the line. We didn't reach it. So for hype, it's still the same thing. Right, it's gonna grind higher and higher. So far, what I'm aiming for, and I give you the reason why I'm aiming for, is, which one was it? Please tell me I have it on somewhere. Yes. No. Where's my fib? Oh my god. Sorry guys, there it is. So for hype, like I mentioned, I was laddering into it. For the next leg up, right? Still, if Bitcoin's gonna reach 120, I'm thinking hype's gonna go around 50-ish, a little bit higher. I'm seriously aiming for 60, but first I want to see anything grind on the 50. If you're gonna continue doing this, higher highs, higher lows, consistency about it without any breaking anything lower, then 50 definitely is, right? And we still can do this, right? This, and then one more maybe, and something like this, right? So that's why I'm aiming. Still continuation it is. There is nothing on it that's gonna say that we're gonna go lower, right? This is your previous low. I hope it's gonna be hit, just because I don't want to be a front run like I did. It's been happened over here to me. So yeah, that's why it's going strong. First 50. Yes, people are aiming for 100 or whatever right now, but to be honest with you, from here to 100, I don't know what's need to happen, but it's 150%. Looking at hype together with Bitcoin, because they run together as in the same way. If Bitcoin goes, then hype goes, and if hype goes, then Bitcoin is going in the same direction. I don't know what Bitcoin need to do to reach the same level as hype need to reach 150 or 100 even. So that's why I'm never aiming for the stars. I'm always aiming for the levels that are close to it. And the first close, if we start to flip the all-time high, is the 52 area. That's the one what I'm looking for on that one. But yeah, first, let me take my bits again and see how high we can go. Injective as well. We didn't hold the structure so far to go from the 12 bucks, so now we will go lower and retest the lowest support what we have. Still fine, still good. Nothing major break to the downside if you're not gonna break that flip over here. So that's gonna be the last close of injective, and I hope we're gonna see the price action above the 15. That will be fun. Now the fun part is per. That one is going quite good, quite well. Those trades have been killing, and like I've been mentioned last week, I don't know. Maybe I need to find fucking future glass or something that can predict anything, because it hits quite perfectly to the T. And my bots got stopped out, but that's just a different setting that is run, so that's fine. I don't mind about that. Yeah, still can go higher or retrace a little bit lower, because I was kind of aiming for previous weekly, and if not, if we're gonna go lower, then the February will still hold us, just because of the support that we create over here, right? So that's what I'm aiming. But yeah, still great, still golden, still doing great stuff. You said Doge, yeah? Let me go and find that one first before I forget it. What you had? 17 to 14. Oh, bro. So wait, you are in from 1 of 14? You said? You are in from here, right? Mm-hmm. Been a while I've been here. Well, technically, yeah, we didn't see this flip over here. Let me erase this. We didn't see the flip. We had quite a rejection, but you still have the support, but willing to go. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go that low on it, right? We could, but then you're aiming for Q3, because then nothing's gonna hold you on 1 of 14. The only thing what's holding you right now, it's literally May, April, November, and Q2, and that's the whole support from this area over here. You don't want to lose that. Yes, that's on weekly, I know, but it's a little bit easier to see the chart. So what I would suggest you, 1 of 14, 9 is the lowest what you want to go, right? If you're gonna go lower, right, if this carry on to go lower, then thing is, this is your next support and the last one as well on it, because I don't think this is gonna hold you either way, right? Let me have a look on daily. But so far to go there, you still have quite a lot to do. And technically what you did over here, this was your low, this was your high, lower low, and technically you create a higher high from this swing. So you really want to hold it. So then what you do is keep this in mind. Yeah, same thing. 1044. See, that's the lowest what you can go. Yeah. Keep that in mind. Yeah. That still can do some goods. But from this move, right? Keep this in mind, and please be careful. From this move, if we're gonna see any bounce from it, right? If that's gonna play out, please be sure that you trade gonna go above this. If you're gonna fail it again, then I would take the profit and go out from it. Because the second the third one on that one might be the killing one, and literally they're gonna go lower than you want to. But you don't want that. That's why you need to keep an eye on it. You need to go above this area, create a new higher high from it, and you still can be good. Take some profits, please. Freaking hell, take some profits on that one, and then you can re-add it later on. All right, cool. So that's what you want to create. You need to create a structure to go higher, and by that means you need to do this. You need to see this kind of structure, right? This is quite exaggerated, but this structure only. Okay, cool. Sonic, I don't care about that. That's, guys, if someone is holding this, same as Tia, I mean, you didn't take any profits on that one. I'm not sure that's gonna happen anyway, sooner or later. Sui, that one is going a little bit lower, and like I was technically saying, maybe Q2 will be hit by it if we start losing March. Game. It was a good one, but oh my god, I don't want to say it. Please don't say to Viking that I said that. It's a head and shoulders. So I didn't say that. Okay, AVAX. This is rough. Yeah. Extend this, and that's gonna be your next stop. 16. If 16 not gonna hold, then bro, that's gonna be harsh. I hope 16 is gonna hold on AVAX and retrace quite heavily on that one, because we've been doing good, and that's painful to see that we're gonna go again to the lowest low, and from that low you need to have a higher low created on the 16. Sucks. I don't like this sell-off. Solana. What the fuck do you do here? Same as AVAX. But this one I have a little bit more support above it. So either way, September. If September is not gonna hold you, then you have still a chance for the Q2 to bounce from it. I would prefer September straight into it, bounce, and regain this freaking structure over here. Yeah. If we've been over it, yeah, there's no point. This is dying fucking shit. I don't think this is gonna even survive anything anymore. I'm sorry, but this is rough. This is fucking rough. I mean, fucking hell. This was the sell-off. Yeah. Nothing good happened from that. Yeah, they are fucked. Anyhow. So if anyone is holding this, then I don't know, maybe cut your losses or just leave it as it is and hope for the best. If maybe ever they're gonna pick up something. Grass. Still kind of holding. Yeah, so the thing is on grass, we had a nice bounce, but this is your last resort of holding your level before we're gonna aim for 1.3. Because this been even tested, this area over here. All of it been tested. All of them been taken out. It didn't play out. That's fine. Now you re-raise and we creating lower low technically, but still it's you're holding the structure on the high time frame. So holding May, right? If you start holding May, then you need to flip the Q2 to go even for March. That's your first aim on it. But technically, that one looks quite better than the rest of the series, right? What you see over here is, yeah, from here you have the up trend into it, right? You don't want to lose that, so that's fine. Whitecoin perfectly played out on the short. And now Q4. I will aim for Q4 to hold it. If we're gonna start retrace a little bit lower on Bitcoin, then Q4 might be the best part for it to hold. All right, so then you have it this way, a little bit lower, yearly Q4. But I will aim for Q4. I don't want to go lower in that support. And then regain that, create a higher high, and go finally for the 2.4. I hope that's gonna happen ever, but on it. What do we have here more? Not much. Referring same shit. That one, it's yeah, going for the lows. Let's see if Q2 is gonna hold that, but I don't think so. I mean, I'm gonna be happy to be wrong about it, but anything else, guys, that you want to see? Oh my god. Gonna explode from all that drinking water. And deep, yeah, of course. Yeah, they're both kind of similar, yeah. Deep, right? Over here. Oh, I guess this is already enough. I've been charting it last week, I guess. I remember that. Yeah, we're failing on the lows as well. If you're gonna start closing below March, then what I'm aiming is to a yearly and to hold that. Just because we had that flip over here, and I would like to hold that as support. Still, there is potential to go lower, right, without breaking the whole higher time frame structure. But I'm not sure if I would like to see that. Technically, I never look at this, but yeah, there you have it. Like you have the pocket a little bit in between, but I would like to have it on the yearly. Yeah, more, and then do this, regain the whole structure, and continue to go higher for the all-time high on it. That would be most perfect scenario to have this as support. Yeah, so you are quite accurate on that one. I like that. Well, let's see how that's gonna behave. Of course, because we still have some room to run on it. Bitty, Trace. We still kind of flirting with June. Yeah, we do. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, nice. Almost there. Just a little bit lower. Fill up my bags before the next move. So that would be really cool. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much anymore to go and look at it, I guess. Q4 still. I was doing this for a student, I guess. Someone asked me in a DM. I don't remember. Bro, yeah. So I'm wondering if Crow will pick up his previous high. To be honest with you guys, after all the shitty things what they're gonna start doing, and I don't wanna say nothing, but this was quite close to a bearish retest. So I wonder what they're gonna do. I'm technically fully out of it, so even from the card system and holdings, Cookie might be interesting. Or if this could hold May, regame February, then freaking 0.4 is on the table. Yeah. That flip over here. That would be freaking awesome. Technically, we are already in. Yeah. Yeah, we had that move of this candle. Let's see. That will be interesting. On cookie. Cookie. Doggo. Doing something special. Not much. Still holding. Yeah, guys. I guess that's gonna be all of the coins collections. 4 hours still popping. We might have bearish retest on the weekly or the daily if you're gonna come close to it and then fail it. All possible still. Flip the daily. Yeah, flip the daily. Then I guess we will go a little bit higher than 1089 ish. Packs. I was looking at packs. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. Fill up my TPs. Great stuff. Yeah, that regain of this area and either wait. I wonder now. And we have a sneaky close. Nice one. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. Really good. And yeah, still facing to go higher. Oh, I have stupid flips on that one. Okay. So yeah, inside the band. Oh, we create here order books overlapping. So that's strong. Come back to it. Okay. Let's see how high we're gonna go. We might even create a new all time. Oh yeah, it's great. Not much to say. I mean, yeah, this should be area to take profits on it. And mine are set already on hyperliquid. So technically we're going for. We're gonna fill up the wick like we did over here. Right. That's on the daily, but maybe week. How does weekly look like? Ooh. Oscillators were rough. But yeah. Quite nice. We didn't fucking come to the lower bands even. Yeah, daily we've been quite close most of the times. So if you want to see how that plays out like perfectly, coming into the bands, grinding inside, and when we start failing, right? How deep we can retrace, and this is the fucking ping pong area right now. And I'm assuming that this is gonna do something like this, right? Oh, you're an all-time high. The band's gonna move. Those bands gonna move inside over here. The next move's gonna be inside here, and carry on. Right? Yeah, great stuff. But it's running quite well on that one. That's for sure. And there you have it. TP and hit. I need to set up a new one, by the way. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice area. How do we change colors on the bands? Gray is so easy on. Bro, you don't know that? That's easy. You go inside of your ALGO master, right? And you have your support resistance first, then you have the bands combinations, what I have on, and over here, band upper and lower band, those two colors. I just change into gray. Are they the same gray? 2, 4, 5? 2, 4, 5, yeah. And that's what you get. Like technically, this is kind of my chart what I'm playing. Not this. This is what I'm looking at. All gray, and only the most important levels are in color. No worries, man. But yeah, it is easy on the eye, and it's not really that into your face. Like for example, over here, right? I like this just because of I need to see it quite quicker and how heavy they are. But on my daily charting, then yeah, those are the bands what I'm using. And that's the color scheme of it. Nothing special. It's not that I don't like colors. I just don't like to get overwhelmed with all the shit on my on the chart because then you get the liquidations on top of it, so it start to get a little bit messy, right? I don't like that. On ETH, what level you think we have to break to move higher? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me find ETH. Oh, so there are two ways what we can go right now, right? If we start closing anything below the 2.38, okay, right? So this level over here, then the bar Simpson formation might form, or we're gonna grind to the low side. We're gonna hold this as support, hopefully, right? If not, if we start to grind this up, then your highest previous high, not the one what you're having right now, what you settle, but previous high what you settle from the first round, 2.73. I like to flip that and to go higher. But then eventually what you need to see, and this move what we did is great. Why? Because we killed all of this resistance from here. This not gonna hold us anymore. This highest level over here, because we've been there with the wick. That's perfect. That's good. But now you need to go back, flip it, and in that go, if you're gonna stay over here above this area, above this range, technically, let's say this is the range, right? Oh my god, this is your range, right? You need to flip that range, stay above it, and then in one go, definitely you need to go higher and reclaim the yearly. I prefer yearly. August, February, I don't care about it. I prefer the yearly level, because that yearly level, if you come back over here, right? This failure, this close of the level, right? This was on the yearly. You want to flip that, not aggressive like I show over here, but definitely something like coming back and hold that, right? And grind it. If you start to grind above that one, perfect. That's gonna be like your way up movement, right? That's what I want to see. But first, one of those two things need to play out. Either way, don't worry. That bar same so it looks scary, but it's fine. It's happened so many times. But still, if that happens, you need to hold the Q2, grind it up, flip the your previous Q4, and go for the yearly and do this above it. Do not lose yearly. If you start losing yearly, then it might be a little bit longer time frame or longer time period to go and grind it higher and higher and higher constantly, right? But doing this, and this is gonna be perfect. Doing this. Wait, where was it? This. If you do this, bro, if you can do this over here, you are golden, right? Keep doing that constantly. What we did to the downside, technically it's exact the same, right? Move lower, grind, grind, move lower, grind, grind, move lower. If you can do that, then that's gonna continue. That's what you want. Either way, it's gonna be slow, and I mean, a little bit like a long fucking time to play it out. But I prefer that than bigger moves, aggressive moves, but you can easily be failed from, right? I would prefer you to have this kind of. If you see this pattern already creating over here, then you golden. I hope that's clear. That's what I will go by and see if it plays. But yeah, one of those things need to play. But eventually, if you do I'm gonna do the flip now, that's fine. That's perfect. And go higher. I don't know why, but I would prefer the Bart Simpson first. Just begin to be over with it, and then just fucking skyrocket it. Yeah, that's what I would look for. I hope you're not hearing my echo or AC or what you are calling it in your countries. But yeah, that's what I will look for it so far. Oh, look at what is here. Oh, Mr. Dampu. No, we're going down, boys. He's in the house. It is going down. How you been, sir? Enjoying weekend? Hello, hello, hello. Just chilling? Yeah, fucking hell, I'm melting here, man. 35 degrees, 4 days in a row. Bro, no wind, nothing. Fucking quiet, dusty, and oh, horrible. I'm melting over here in my seat. I have like 2 ACs on, and still nothing works. Sorry. Oh, nice. Just please go fucking lower. Great. Fill up the X and go. If I'm gonna be skipped again, when I was skipped over here, I'm gonna be pissed. And as well, it's stupid to say, but if hype is going down, quite aggressive as well right now. Aggressive, I don't want to say aggressive, but like that, and Bitcoin may follow. And that's vice versa as well. Cool, cool, cool. It's been already over. Decouple so bad. Yeah, bro. I was just talking about it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would be really, really awesome. We are almost there, right? I'm kind of wish I aiming for this. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go fucking skyrocket and in one go. I think what we did over here, all those steps, is gonna fucking happening again over here, but a little bit bigger. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Finally, it could, but so far, yeah, I don't want to lose it. But Bart Simpson what will be fine to do, but I don't know. Do the flip, go to the yearly, hold it, and then again, 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 again. Wait, let me. Yeah, that will be not that bad to have this and then go. Technically, yeah. If we aim for. Yeah, exactly. There you have it, right? That kind of grind down Bart Sims or whatever, hold it, grind again, and go. I will not mind that. Yeah. That would be quite good. That plays a little bit too good. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna leave this like that. Let's see which one's gonna go first. Yeah, but that works. Yeah. I would like that. Grind a little bit, and then one more spike. Hold it. Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah. Nice. Let's see. Time will tell, right? Actually, we don't have that much time left, but we need to hurry up with it. Sleep, yeah. Freaking hell, man. It is a bit boring, technically. Waiting. That's the most painful, the waiting game. But, Mario, what did you do? Did you push the bottom on it? What the fuck is this? 40%? Without even mentioning? Bro, how could you? The only one quite in green. Yeah, I know. We still didn't do nothing. We are retesting the previous swing. So yeah. Oh, but Oh, good. But it's funny. 40% as the only one on the whole list. Let's see. Effects still going. Nice. Oof. Apple's gonna have a hit. Cool stuff. Okay, guys. Anything else? We're gonna bounce and jump into the fucking lake to cool off. What the bits doing? They still boring stuff on the bits. Not much happening over there. Okie dokie. Oh my god, you start to learn a little bit too much Polish, I guess. Yeah, it's true. No worries, RB. Awesome stuff. So yeah, guys, keep in mind. Oh, look, I'm still aiming for 102, 101 Irish area to have a bigger bounce, and then let's see what we're gonna do as damage, especially on hype. My bags need to be filled. Otherwise I'm gonna be pissed, and we don't want that. Yeah, but yeah, that's still quite a way to go. Anyhow, appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and I will see you next Wednesday, I guess. See you later.